No, 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 no. Good morning. Good morning. Getting myself together there. I hit the wrong button. I forgot the little goofy things on my glasses to make them look different. So these are my regular walking around in life glasses. Hey, good morning, everybody. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my chapstick. My name is Beth. That doesn't matter. It's like, as Pammy would say, I don't care, right? But my name is Beth. Destination Decluttered. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Jane H. Jane, I had a best friend growing up, Jane H. Jane Hall. Yeah, nice to see folks tuning in. So if we haven't met before, my name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach. Victoria Ortiz, nice to see you. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for sharing the live. Sharing the live, sharing the live. I am here for you for the next hour. And I've got to be mindful of the time because I hop right off. I just came from coaching. I hop right back into consultations and coaching all day. Being a desk host, being a decluttering life coach, okay? And so, but I'm here for you right now. Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm here for you for the next 58 minutes, 57 minutes to help you with your clutter. So I work with one-on-one clients, typically one-on-one via Zoom for a 10-week session. But then I also like to show up and help folks who maybe not know about me or know that there's a thing called Destination Decluttered, or that there's even help out there if you're struggling with clutter. Because let me tell you, like we all kind of struggle with clutter at a certain point, okay? Gigi, Gina, nice to see you. Mama Bear, DK, all sorts of people kind of filing in, right? So what I will do is I'm here to answer your questions. Where are you stuck with clutter? I have been a cluttered person for decades. I grew up in a cluttered household. I have helped people both personally and professionally. In many ways, one of my joyous things to do is to create order out of chaos and to help other people realize they can do that, because when you have order in your life versus chaos, it feels better. So what I like to say is I'm also a certified life coach, so I tend to kind of intertwine like the practicality of how your home looks, but how do you want your home to look? How do you want it to feel? How do you want to feel in your home? And also, how do you want it to function? This and That Creation, nice to see you. Good morning. And I will say this. It feels so much better. I just got to share. It feels so much better. It is so much easier to live in a decluttered home. I'm all about ease. I don't want to make things too fussy. I want things to be done as simply as possible. Okay, Athena, thank you. Okay, Athena, I will help you with that when you're saying, I get emotional clearing it out, so I avoid the process. So good to know that about yourself. And yes, This and That Creation, there is a group Zoom tonight. So what This and That Creation is talking about is, so I have a Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Let me just make sure it's working here, because, technology and stuff. I do things for the people on the Destination Decluttered email list that nobody else gets. And it's a free mailing list. I don't like to make things too complicated, okay? So it's a free mailing list. And once a month, I do a free group Zoom call. So yes, it is the Zoom tonight. The Zoom is tonight for August. And it's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's 8 p.m. Eastern because I'm East Coast. And yeah, so if you want to get in on that, the cool thing is you still have time. Act now, right? I kid, but I'm being honest. It's like, so if you sign up for the Destination Decluttered mailing list, oh good, I'm glad Erin says you're looking forward to it. And I will share with you that if you sign up, the automatic email that goes out, that's a welcome email, has two really cool things on it for free. I like to give away things for free, and I charge for some things too. But on your welcome email, you get a habit tracker that I'm always reaching for, because I've been using something, mine's in the other room. So you get a habit tracker you can print out and use to track your decluttering and other habits, right? There we go. And you get this free. It's a PDF. You can literally print it out for the rest of your life. I give it to you for free. But the other thing is today's neighborhood drugstore, CVS. Oh my God, I'm cracking myself up. I crack myself up. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. This is who I am. I'm a Gen Xer, and my brain is filled with pop culture references from everywhere. So, where was was I going with that? I'm sorry. I just totally fell off the tree. I got out on the branch. Okay. Email, mailing list. Okay. Yep. Oh, you get the, sorry. Today's Zoom call. When you set up for today's, when you get the welcome email, if you sign up for the mailing list, the invite to the Zoom is on it, okay? And you sign up for the mailing list. It's destinationdecluttered.com. I'm also from Boston, so it'll come up occasionally. Destinationdecluttered.com and /join, or if you just scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage, there's like just a really simple form. You put in your email list, boom, you get the stuff, you show up. Gigi Jean is saying can't wait. User 97895867530 is saying Zoom meeting attendee, super excited. They're really cool. I will say this. This is one of the things I love about doing these TikTok lives. Not only have I met some wonderful, wonderful clients through TikTok. So this is the way I meet my clients. So you get to know me and see if you would want me as your coach. And many people have said yes, and I love it. But the other thing is too, is we immediately have this wonderful community of people that are saying, they're helping other people in the comments. They scare the trolls away. They're helping people. We're all working together. Okay, I saw somebody signing up on the mailing list, so it works. Thank you. And the Zoom call is the same way. I want to share with you, you are not alone in struggling with your clutter. So many of us are, and that's because we live in a society and at a certain point in history where we're dealing with a lot of accumulated stuff on many levels. And the great thing is when you learn how to deal with the stuff, like the dishes, Sci-Fry Nova says, hey lady, my dishes are already done today. Rockstar, I needed to start the next habit while listening to you. There you go, start the next habit. When you know how to deal with the clutter in your home, you can also use that same process, copy and paste it to the clutter in your head, to the clutter in your life. Alrighty? And so what I want to offer is, I'm here, let me see. So somebody says, okay, so Athena, I want to make sure I answer some questions here to know what a bit of coaching would be like. So Athena is saying, I get emotional clearing it out, so I avoid the process. Now, I totally get the emotion. I do, but just notice this. You may not realize that the clutter in your home, at least the way I coach about it, has three different layers, three different, layers. Good enough word. You've got surface clutter, you've got sentimental clutter, you've got surface clutter, you've got stored clutter, and you've got sentimental clutter. I bet you anything, the stuff that is getting you emotional, clearing it out, is the stuff that is sentimental. Okay? Notice that's the last one I dealt with. That is the one that and notice where my hands are. My hands are on my heart. My country, 'tis of thee, and all that. These are the things that make you feel feelings. We all have them, unless you have no feelings and you're a zombie or a robot, right? And who wants to be that? So you have stuff in your life that makes you feel feelings. That's okay. What I want to offer is before you get to the emotional stuff, don't start, everybody, save yourself some pain and grief and pulling a muscle, okay? I say this because I went to a workout yesterday. I pulled a muscle in my butt. Anyhow, start with the easy stuff. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Start with your surface clutter. Athena, I bet you have surface clutter. I bet you have stuff that's on surfaces that isn't where it's supposed to be. That it's on a surface and it's there just temporarily because it lives somewhere else. Start with your surface clutter and say, do I want this thing or not? And if I do, where's a good place for it to live? Where's its home? Where can I put it back? Get practiced doing that. Get into the habit. So somebody said down below, and I'm really bad with names, but said, I need to start my new habit when I'm on doing a TikTok live. Lots of folks do listen to the TikTok lives. And while I'm live, actually somebody on a coaching call yesterday said that they were going to be working on their decluttering between these hours. And I said, tune in. Many people like that kind of having a friend, having a pal to hang out with while you're doing it so you don't feel so alone. So do that. But notice the habits you have that get you putting stuff down as opposed to putting it away. Just notice that, okay? Oh, bunch more people on the mailing list. Awesome. I'll see you tonight on Zoom maybe. The other thing too is, so maybe you're saying, well, I want to keep it. Like I'm here pretending like I'm holding something. All right, I got my mug here. I always have my mug. I want to keep this, but when I go to open up the cupboard, there's too many mugs in there. right? So notice we went from surface, this was on the surface, to stored clutter. So stored clutter is the stuff that I like to say, and pardon the Boston accent, but it's in drawers, draws, as Mrs. Tonetta would say, it's in draws or behind doors, right? So think of the rooms that you have doors and drawers in. You've got your kitchen cabinets and your kitchen drawers, right? You've got probably in your bathroom, you've got that. You've probably got it in your bedroom where you've got your bureau and your closets, right? Notice the stuff that is being stored and get curious. Do you use it or not? Maybe there's no room for the mug you're currently using. Maybe there's no room there because you've got too many mugs in there. And then it's a matter of sorting it out. You got to sort it before you store it. And decluttering, my friends, decluttering is discovering what is important to you right now in your life, and also looking to the future, looking through the windshield of your car to say, do I want this now, and will I want this in my future? Okay? Sometimes the things that we have in storage are clothes, our dishes, toiletries, foodstuffs are things that we used to eat or use, and we don't anymore. Or we thought we were going to use them, but we don't. We bought it and then we realized we don't like it. We're kind of, stuff like that. So just notice that there are levels of clutter. Do not start with the sentimental stuff. Build up your decision-making muscle. Build up the habit of asking yourself, do I want this in my life? And if I do, where's a good place for me to put it so I know where to get it, and when it's done, I can easily put it away. All right? Amber's saying it helps with the mental load. I cannot get a handle on the files. It says Addison 8. All right. Ooh, we get 32 new messages. I'm going to scroll up. Woo, see if anything. Files of a paper nature. I really deal with my wheelhouse is physical clutter, because you can be a hell of a lot more cluttered. What do I want to say? Digitally, and just buy more storage. If you can find your stuff, to me, there's many ways of looking for things online that you can find their stuff, right? But physical files that you have, what I want to offer, paperwork, just get curious. This is how I show up. This is how you should show up with yourself. Not judgment and shame and blame and discouragement. That's like thoughts and feelings that make you feel like poop. And when you feel like poop, you don't want to do anything. Am I right? I am right. When you feel better, you do better. And that's by showing up in love and curiosity, not judgment. So just get curious about why you are even saving the papers you have to begin with. Maybe your brain forgot that we are now in a digital era, and that if you don't have the paper, you can probably download a PDF from the internet, right? Get curious about why you're saving it. Say, do I still need to save it today or in the future? And then you might not even have to save this stuff. Get curious about the habits you have, and do they align with you and the world you live in now, okay? There we go. Okay, so somebody saying paralyzed with decision. Here I want to say, luckily, you are not physically paralyzed. It may feel that way. What I want to suggest is stand up. Stand up from sitting down. Move around. Shake your body. Shake your body. Get your body moving. Move your hands. Pick up an item. Look at it. Make a decision. Overcome that paralyzing feeling. You have control over that. Don't let an unhelpful thought make you feel paralyzed and then do nothing. Switch that thought, create a better thought of, I am not paralyzed, I can move, I can make a decision about something really easy. And notice when you can do that. When you find yourself paralyzed, notice it's just a thought that's keeping you stuck. When you say, I am not paralyzed, I have the ability, I am blessed in the ability to move my body, regardless of what my brain is giving me unhelpful information. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to shake it off. Like, I'm always getting it confused. What's her name? Oh, she's everywhere. Taylor Swift. Oh my God. I almost said Taylor Dane because I'm like from the 80s. Oh, I cracked myself up. And you know what the crazy thing is this is going to be recorded for posterity, because when I do these TikTok lives, I then download them and upload them to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. So I almost called Taylor Swift Taylor Dane. But you can shake it off. You can shake it up, like the Cars would say, right? Shake it off. Decide to do something else. You are not paralyzed. You can do this, okay? You can do this. All right, what do we have here? Finally talk to your daughter about your clutter and why I feel I went wrong. That's okay. Good. Conversation, curiosity, openness. Let's help change it. Where do you go to sign up? I just jumped on to type it in. I can't type it in. I don't know how to do that. I'm working on my phone here. DestinationDecluttered.com. Actually, here's an easy thing. You go to the front of my TikTok page, right? If you haven't liked my TikTok page, could you like it? Thank you. There is a link right there on the front of my TikTok page that says DestinationDecluttered.com/links. You can click on that thing, and immediately there's going to be like the link to sign up for the mailing list. There's a link for consultations for coaching, but I'm not doing any of those at the moment, and other things. It's right there. Wicked easy. Okay, there we go. And thank you. See, this and that creation, you already helped. Such a cool group of people we got right here, right? There we go. Candace Johnson is saying, I'm doing a massive cleanup day by day. That's how you do it, day by day. I think there was a song in the 70s, whatever. I think also the Hooters have a song like that. Day by day, a little bit at a time. And I'm glad these are helpful. Here's what happens. I'll break it down with you. Every day we wake up, first of all, we are so lucky to wake up. Some people don't. But when we wake up, we have to kind of turn on the ignition of our car. I work a lot. I will say this, and my head's in the way. But notice how I've got like a little car and 2 pinpoints right here. This reminds me that life is a highway, and I don't want to drive it all night long. No, life is a road trip, okay? You are the driver on your road trip of life. And every day, in order to get to where you want to go, you got to ignite that spark in you. You got to turn the key in your ignition to spark you up so you actually get your engine started, and then you steer in the direction that you want. Right? So every day I have to get up and say, okay, why am I getting up? Is it worth it? What am I doing? And I do. If I feel like I'm overwhelmed in bed from laying down, even sitting up is good. Getting from sitting to standing. Now the cool thing is like I have what I call nature's alarm clock, which is usually in the morning after pee, so that gets me up and moving. And then I say, okay, what can I do with the time I have here? Okay, so a little bit every day helps, and here I am for you. There we go. Okay, so Tanya, set yourself an alarm. Tanya, listen to me. Tanya. My accent, it cracks me up. Set yourself an alarm and a reminder on your phone, on your calendar. Find a system that works for you to remind you of the things that you say are important to you. Make those things happen. I write things down on my daily thing. I've got a calendar I work with. I set reminders on my phone. I keep an eye on the time because I have coaching clients and consultations and all that. Find tools that work for you to get you doing the things you want to do and have to do. Okay? There we go. I love it. Lori Graham is saying, I'm in the middle of donating and decluttering right now. Rock on. It says it's out of our control. It is in your control. Drawers are a nightmare. Interesting. Drawers. You know why? Because you haven't probably sorted through them. Dump out your drawers. Dump out one drawer, sort it, and say, do I even wear these things anymore? And the answer can be no. The answer can be no, I don't wear this. And you can say, well, do I want to wear it in the future, today? And the answer is yes. Then put it back in your drawer. But the answer is no. Put it in a bag to donate. Maybe somebody wants it. All right? Stored clutter is the worst. Okay, I'm catching up here because there's so many things. What else do we have here? Yep. See, Jessica even said, Jessica's helping you out. I'm helping you out. We're all here to help each other. Set an alarm. That's what I do for daily things. I learned that. I will share with you. I learned about setting a timer on my phone and a reminder on my phone from people I know. I don't want to be too specific. People I know who have ADHD, have been officially diagnosed with it, and are being medicated for it. And so what I want to say is there are tools out there that you can help to do the things you want to do. Notice if they're working for you, and if they're not, change them. But the things that you're working, remind yourself of that. Okay? Phone calendar, remember. Yep, see? People are doing it. There we go. Let me see. 30 years of stuff. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm catching up. Okay, you're not? Okay. Okay, if you can move your leg or hand a little, if you feel you can't stand it, it makes it easier too. Little bits at a time. When you come out of Shavasana, when you go to yoga, you start with your fingers and your toes. Everybody, wiggle your fingers and toes, right? You can move, and then move to your hand, and then get your body moving, like the Beastie Boys say. Again, pop culture references, they come out. They're my love language. That and stuff like that. Okay, Aunt May is saying, I get overwhelmed so quickly. So, overwhelm. is the number one thing that everybody brings up on every single TikTok live I do. And I made a great video that's on my page that you can see that gets really into depth about this, that elaborates about it. But what I want to offer to you, Aunt May, and anybody else who's listening, is if you ever feel overwhelmed, and you are going to feel overwhelmed because it is a human kind of organic response, notice it and just notice it. Just stop and say, oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I have a thought. This is so overwhelming. There's too much. Notice the words you're using, the superlatives, the dramatic words. There's so much, everything, all the time, always, never, nobody, all those kind of drama words, right? Notice those are just unhelpful thoughts. They are keeping you overwhelmed, which keeps you stuck. Notice that. Stop and say, I can do 4 things. Overwhelm. It's got the word over in it. I can calm down my body. Calm down. Over, down. Get it? Over, down. I can calm down my body by breathing down into my lungs. When I feel overwhelmed, I will take some deep breaths and breathe down into my lungs. I will calm down by breathing down into my lungs. Then the overwhelm is up here. It's like the world. Where's my world? I'm always forgetting where it is. Anyhow, the world is above you. I'm looking at it too big. You can bring it down and look at it smaller. Overwhelm is when your thoughts are all strubly like spaghetti up here. Dump them down. Dump it out. Write it down. Chunk it down. What are all the things that are overwhelming you? Write them down. Get them out of your head so you can look at them. They don't move. They don't change. Then you can problem solve for them. Okay? Notice that every time you're overwhelmed, when you think over, I say down. When you think over, I say down. Okay? Just practice that. I know. Okay. Accumulation of 30 years worth of stuff, never cluttered. Okay. Hey, guess what? Have a wicked fun time going on an adventure, going on I like to think of it as like a treasure hunt, an archaeological dig. 30 years ago, what year would that have been? I'm almost afraid to ask. Would that have been like 93? 93? I'm always losing decades, people. I am. Anyhow, imagine the cool vintage things you're going to find when you go through your 30s worth of stuff. 30 years, things that were important to you throughout your 30 years. That's okay. Get to know what was important to you. See if any of that still relates. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. The best thing you can do is realize the stuff that doesn't do it for you anymore and find the soonest way to get it out of your life so that you have more space for what does do it for you now, right? Mel Farrell says, I just returned from a week visiting my totally decluttered and organized cousin. I am so motivated. Notice how it looked and felt and functioned when you were with them. Inspiration is everywhere. Inspire yourself daily. Inspiration, visualizing what you want it to look like. Feeling in your body how you want to feel when you're in that decluttered home. Calm, collected. It doesn't all have to begin with C, but I'm thinking of in control. Free, spacious, airy, light. All of those wonderful feelings. Notice how it feels when you're decluttered. Because you know what? When you declutter, you get that feeling. You don't just wait till the end. Every time you do a doing decluttering, it makes you feel better. And then when you feel better, you do better. Okay? So motivated, that's awesome. Yep. Tried to tell myself it's just stuff. It's not the boss of you, right? There we go. When is it healthy time-wise to let go of loved ones' personal belongings? When it feels right to you, Aunt Mary. When it feels right to you. What I want to offer with any of that stuff that is of a sentimental nature is just because the person liked that stuff doesn't mean you have to like it or keep it. Just because it brought them joy doesn't mean it needs to bring you joy. If it brings you joy, that's great. It's not clutter, it's stuff. But when you have their stuff and it's making you feel that you don't really like it, but you feel guilty and you want to keep it, you're also not a bad person for releasing that stuff back out into the wild. If it doesn't do it for you, it may do it for somebody else. My dad collected a lot of stuff. He's gone now, but he collected a lot of stuff that my mother and my sisters and we had no interest in. It brought him joy while he was here. But us getting it back out there in the wild so it can connect up with other people who dig duck decoys and stamp collections and all that kind of stuff, like that makes other people happy and doesn't mean we love our dad any less. So just notice these things, okay? How do I start cleaning out my closet? User 527 Bloody Blop says, What I will say is, everybody, before you start any decluttering project, spend a minute and say, what do I want it to look like when I'm done? What do I want to feel when I'm done with my closet? How do I want it to function? So function is a good one because there's very little drama about that. Function is most likely going to be when I open up this storage space, I want to be able to easily find the thing I'm looking for because it makes sense to me that it's in there. I want to be able to easily grab it and use it. And when I'm done with it, I want to be able to easily put it away. Easy, 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 easy. Okay? So start with, what do you want your closet to look and feel like? I'm assuming you want your closet to only be filled with clothes that you currently fit into and feel good in and can easily make you get dressed quickly and put away your laundry quickly and easily, right? That's it. Okay, Candy Ward just died. I'm so sad your mom just died. My heart goes to you, my dear. It really does. Allow yourself the time to heal, but please know, and this is where I come from, maybe it's my Gen X perspective, but I will share this with you, is we are of a generation right now, we got some old people above us that ain't going to be there that long, that may never have dealt with their own clutter issues, and they may never will. Whatever. Okay? They may not do that before they pass. You may have to deal with their clutter. So what I ask of you and I share with you, get a plan for yourself about their stuff. If they don't deal with it, how do you want to deal with it? And when I say how do you want to deal with it, is look at your life, not theirs, and say, what do I want my life to look and feel like? Does any of their stuff fit into my life? The answer can be no. And that's not making you a bad kid because you don't like what your parents liked. Okay? Now, there may be a few items. I will say this. I am a sentimental person like nobody's business. But I also know that the love, it lives in my heart. It's not in the stuff. I save some things that are of more of a historical nature, of it's not my generation. It comes from a previous generation of like ancestry stuff that takes up a small amount of time. But big items, decorative items, things like that, if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. You will get to a point when it feels right. But I say this to everybody before you get to that crisis situation, is if it looks like your people above you are not making decisions about their stuff, don't try to change them if they don't want to be changed, but change yourself. Get a plan in place so when they go, you're not having to make a plan while you're grieving. You've got a plan in place that you know what you're doing. I have helped my own mother with her clutter. She has recluttered. I've got clutter all over my family. But what I did was I helped her locate where the important papers are. I know where they are. You know, all the stuff that I've looked through, decisions have been made in a good space. Okay. The other thing too is we get the old people there. We are Gen X. We've got the younger folks. Let's be the ones that break this freaking chain of clutter and heaviness and weight about stuff that we freaking bought or inherited. Let's not weigh down the other generations with that stuff. We know how crappy it feels. That's why we're on this TikTok right now. That's why we are trying to deal with our own thoughts and feelings about stuff that makes us feel more heavy than light. Let's break that and absolve them from having to feel this way, okay? By dealing with it ourselves. And the sooner we deal with it, the sooner you say, I want to get decluttered and I'm starting now, the sooner you get there. Don't spend your life on the road trying to get there. Get there and then live at that destination decluttered, where it's light and airy and free and easy, and you only are surrounded by the stuff you love, and it takes you a second to it takes you very little time. There's so many good things. Get yourself started. Get yourself there so you can just be there. And then how you do this is you decrease the amount of stuff in your home and you change your habits so you don't reclutter. Okay? Great. If they already don't want it, don't force them into it. Do not guilt people into stuff that they don't want. All right? There we go. I know I went on kind of a riff. I want to make sure I get to these. How do I stack shirts on those wire shelves? I put a piece of cardboard underneath it. I know they probably have plastic things because those wire shelves, they realized, oops, when you stack things on them, you get the little ripply rips. So, of course, they're now going to sell you something to put under it. Try some cardboard. Okay, there we go. I tend to be really, thrifty, not cheap, thrifty, and, try to solve problems easily. There we go. There we go. Yep, I made lots of progress on Sunday afternoon, believe it or not. Kind of tiring, but motivating nonetheless. There we go. Clear stuff out, fill up the garbage, fill up outside trash cans for pickup days. Awesome. I try to tell myself that if I get organized, it will save me money because I find great things I bought. It's true. Addison, it's going to be like a treasure hunt. I will tell you 100%. When I coach one-on-one clients, they have found money. They have found gift cards. They have found gold in them Lar Hills. You can find cool stuff, even if it's not of a monetary value. You're like, oh my gosh, that thing I've been looking for, I found it. It's a good thing, right? And what else do we have? My closet is going to require a step stool to organize access top shelves. Not sure how to organize it. Okay, here's the thing. Get the organizer, get the step stool, take the stuff down from that shelf and see what's there. And see what makes sense to put back up there. You can do this. One grocery girl is saying, how do I get over the hump of donating instead of selling just to get rid of it? Selling, I will say this, selling takes a process. If you think the money is worth it for what you're selling, then go through the process and feel good about the fact that you're making that money. If going through that process, if the money's not worth it at the end, I say money can be made in other ways in your life. You can make money in other ways of your life. One thing you cannot do though, you can never get back time. You can never buy time. So if you're using your time a long time to make a little bit of money, get curious about that and say, I'm going to get myself back the time in my life that I want to enjoy things. I'm just going to donate stuff. And how else can I make money? You know, I've done both. I have done both. For a number of years, way at the beginning of eBay, I'm talking like the late 90s, I made a lot of money selling stuff on eBay because I used to love to go thrifting and I would recognize good stuff and I would sell it. It was fun for a while, and then I would go thrifting, and then I had a space for a while where I sold vintage and mid-century things, right? That was fun for a while. It was fun until it wasn't. That's all I will say is it brought me joy, and then I felt ugh. And I was like, this isn't fun anymore. I don't want to do this. So I don't. When I have stuff that I think is worth money, I have sold some of my vintage clothing to vintage clothing dealers. I donate things to places that I know make money for causes I believe in. I give them to people that I know. I put things out on a free table. Just notice the time that you're spending to get rid of the stuff. And I say the best way to get decluttered is to find the easy way to just get the things that are not working for you out of your life. Okay? There we go. So easy peasy. All right, now I'm scrolling back, and here's the thing. We got so many more. It's 9:33. This reminds me of when I was on college radio for a short, fun bit of the 80s. I just want to do kind of bottom of the hour. So intro. My name is Beth. That's fine. Don't even have to remember my name, but just Destination Decluttered. Destination Decluttered. Think of your life like a road trip. You're here on the map. This is you in your little car, right? You drove here. You got here a certain way. You took certain roads, you avoided certain roads, you did certain things, you didn't do certain things. That's okay. You are here now, like, you know, on those big maps that they used to have outside on the side of the Jersey Turnpike. You are here, right? You are here. You got here some way. Where do you want to go? What is your destination decluttered? What is your destination? How does your specific decluttered home look? Imagine that and drive towards it a little bit at a day, just like a road trip. Okay? That's how I coach. This is how I show up. I would say if you're interested, I was introducing myself. So let's see, Destination Decluttered. I do these TikTok lives, and I put a schedule on the top of my TikTok page about them, so you can find out when I'm going to show up. I think tomorrow's my last one, and then I'm going to be off the digital grid, as I'd like to say, for a while. So just notice that. What else? Like my TikTok page. That would be awesome. I love seeing that I'm helping people. Also, it will alert you when I go live, that you'll know that I'm live. The other thing is, too, I have a Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Tonight we're having a group Zoom call, a free group, 1 hour free group coaching call for anybody who wants to show up. The only way you get invited to it is being on the free Destination Decluttered email mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Sign up. A bunch of people already have. The Zoom link is already sent to you automatically. I will see you tonight on that. I do all sorts of cool stuff for the people on that mailing list too. Just, it's free. It's just a nice way of communicating with people who have said to me, yes, I want to take one step further. I'm really interested in what you do. So when you're on the email mailing list, you get the free habit tracker. You get invited to the monthly Zoom. I also do free workshops. I've done a couple now already about how to make time in your schedule for things. What else am I doing? You always get to know first when I have availability for coaching and consultations, because right now I'm not doing any consultations. So you'll be the first to know when that kind of calendar opens up again, because I do one-on-one coaching. So that's another thing too. If you're interested in one-on-one coaching about clutter, the best way to get started on that is to sign up for the mailing list. That's when you know that my calendars will open again and you can schedule a consultation. We find out if it works for you, and then we show up for 10 weeks or more. I have clients, many clients who sign up over and over again, but a 10-week program and help you get uncluttered, to just get you there. 10 weeks. I just re-signed a client and I was doing the 10 weeks thing. She starts up another thing in a couple weeks. It's already going to be mid to late October. That's right before the holidays. Wouldn't you love to start now? Or next week or the week after? Just notice that. So if you are thinking, wow, it would be so great to have somebody, me, talking one-on-one with me every week, holding me accountable, helping me through the rough patches, teaching me skills. That's what one-on-one coaching does. And these are skills you use for the rest of your life. So if that sounds intriguing to you, just go on it's totally no pressure. I don't like pressured sales, so I don't do it. I just show you that there's opportunities. Get on the mailing list, and that's the first step, okay? Now I'm getting back to the things, all right? There we go. Sandfox offered parents personal things to family members, track down long-lost cousins too. I've done that too. I sometimes think it's fun to find a good home for stuff, all right? Especially family things. Yep. What else we have? La, 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 la. I'm doing a little Pee-wee. Oh, I miss him. I do. Quickness, yep, frugal. There we go. I love it. People helping out people. Okay. I have a ton of old black and white photos of family members and they want none of them. What do I do, Aunt Mary? If you know who they are, how about this? The people you know may not want them, the family. If you think it's important for generations, what I like to think of is 100 years from now, what would you want your family to know about your family, right? I would love it if I had more historical documents about my family on both sides. It's non-existent because, we didn't have a lot of money and, they came over on the potato boats basically. But I would love to have that information. Just because some of your family members don't want them now doesn't mean another generation might be really interested in them. Maybe it skips a generation. What I would do, Aunt Mary, is, put them in a tote, a plastic or, a place where it's not going to get damaged. And I would label them with the info you do know of who these people are. As soon as they just become random old people in pictures that nobody has a connection to, they're more likely to be pitched, okay? If you don't want to keep them, scan them, take a picture of them, maybe upload them to Ancestry or create a digital resource so other generations can access it, okay? There we go. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. Addison A is saying, my taste seems to change daily. One day I can let go of a ton. Other days I can't throw out a thing. You know what I want to say to that is that makes sense because you know what? You've got thoughts about your stuff that makes you feel a certain way. And when you feel a certain way, you do a certain thing. So some days you have thoughts about, hey, it's okay if I get rid of this. My life is great without it. So you're able to get rid of it. Other days you may have unhelpful thoughts that make you feel lousy, that make you cling on to stuff. Notice the thoughts that keep you stuck. Mic drop. Notice the thoughts that keep you stuck, clinging on to stuff that part of your conscious brain is like, I don't really need that, but you can't let go of it. Just notice that and find out what that thought is, and then how can you rewrite a more helpful version of it? That's the life coaching part of it. That is so much of what I do with one-on-one clients, but I offer you that just as a process. Because when you think an unhelpful thought, you feel an unhelpful feeling, you pretty much get stuck, you're not moving, you're clinging on to stuff, meh. You're in the mud on the side of the road. On the other side though, on the other hand, after you realize that, you move it around, right? On the other hand, you can think a better thought, create a better thought. The automatic thoughts tend to be unhelpful unless you practice speaking in a new language of more helpful thoughts. Just because they come automatically doesn't mean they're true. Get curious. Get curious and question them. Is that really true? The answer can be yes, but the answer may be no. And even if that's true, is thinking this way getting me to the life I want? And if it isn't, change your way of thinking. It's as simple and as difficult as that at the same time, but man, oh Manischewitz, it's worth it, okay? Just notice that, all right? Personal doom box, I love it. So if anybody, and I love it, Lulu, thank you for helping out Jennifer. I appreciate this. A doom box for anybody who doesn't know, who's not in the know, is, what do you call it? Didn't organize, only moved. It's an acronym. ADHD family, ADHD folks, that's what that is. It's saying, I can't deal with this now. I'm going to put it in a container, and I promise I'll look at it later, and you never do. Just notice that. There we go. Oh, there you go. That's a fun idea. Give your kids stuff to sell and let them do the work and split the profits. That's an idea, you know? Okay, I would love to declutter, but 2 people in my house won't budge. Annoying. Author Rosemary O'Brien. Interesting. There are 2 people that are not budging, but you're the one who wants to declutter. You can move. You can declutter. I'm not saying you need to declutter their stuff, but you can declutter your stuff. You can get a better handle on your things, and you might inspire them to budge, to move, to start that. They may see how much better it looks and feels and functions when you declutter. Just because other people aren't on board doesn't mean you can't start. Actually, you need to start with you. Don't try to change anybody else before you change yourself. Because it ain't easy to change yourself. It's worth it. If it's difficult to change yourself, can you imagine how freaking impossible it seems to change somebody else? Okay? So just notice that. You can do you without getting anybody else involved. Okay? There we go. Newsletter reminder. Okay, did I do that? I can't remember. DestinationDeclutter.com/join. Mailing list. You get the newsletter. TikTok live, all this. I'm doing a Zoom live tonight if you want to do that. How long will I be off the grid? I leave on Thursday, maybe a week or so. I keep it flexible. The neat thing is, though, I will share this. Sometimes I do pop up and do a TikTok live unexpected. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. I like to keep my life flexible. I don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't want to promise you that I'm going to show up at a certain time until it's closer to that time. Then I will make the promise. I promise I will come back. I love to be on TikTok. I love helping people. But I also respect my boundaries of time, and I want to have the flexibility at the end of my trip to decide when it feels right for me to hop back on. Because when I'm on, right? I show up. My clients know this. People who have signed up for my consultations, oh my gosh, my husband knows because we share a Google Calendar and we can barely cram stuff in for the busyness I am. So when I'm da-da-da-da-da-da, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. Right? I am on the grid until I'm not. And then I'm off the grid, and I don't do any coaching. I don't do any consultations. I don't post to social. I enjoy my time. And then when I want to come back, I come back. I will be back for you, okay? Don't worry about it. Thank you for helping people. What else do we have here? All right. There we go with Animal Lover 16 says, my problem is I have a ton of clothes, even ones that don't fit. I keep thinking I might need that. Awesome example. Thank you. Animal Lover, you're not alone. You are so with many people of the like mind. The like mind of I might need that someday. I don't need it now. I don't fit into it now, right now. But in the future, in the windshield, I might need it someday. Fair enough. Get curious. Say, okay, when do I think I'm going to use that? Is it something I use seasonally? Is it something that I need to make an effort to use? Like the crock pot. Well, the crock pot down our basement is seasonal, so that's cool. But we have that thing that I'm always forgetting, the hot pot. I'll bring it up someday. And my husband really wanted this, pressure cooker. I have no interest in it. He cooks more. I'm like, yeah, fine. But we don't make food. We bought it. We thought we were going to use it more than we do. So now it's down the basement. And now it's like, okay, when are we going to use that? No, we probably won't use it in the summer because it makes hot foods. So we're going to say, okay, let's use it between now and December. If we haven't used it, then it's going to be okay to donate it. Get curious about it. The clothing. If you don't fit into it, you have a thought that I might get to be that size again someday. I hope. I am thinking if I get into that size and I want to be able to have clothes to wear. Fair enough. Get curious. Put that stuff away. Get it out of circulation. Don't clutter up your everyday now life with clothes that don't fit. I'm not saying get rid of them right now. No, what I'm saying is put them in a tote, label that tote, size whatever clothes, put away on this date, fit into them by this date. And then after you do that, make the changes in your life, in your habits, to change the size of your body to fit in those clothes. Now, if you do that, you will fit into those clothes and then boom, you're done. But I want to offer this from my own personal experience. It may be more difficult than you want to put up with to fit into those clothes. So now you can know, hey, you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to be that size anymore. I can donate those clothes. And if I do change my body size again, I can reward myself with a new outfit. Just notice that. Okay? My pretty clothes that I save in my closet, they inspire me to walk. See, Addison 8 is saying they are getting inspiration by the clothes that are sitting there, saying, I want to fit into that someday. So then you're doing an action to make that happen. You're walking, you're moving your body, There we go. Interesting. It makes great hard-boiled eggs. Thank you, user Debbie 2. I will offer that to my husband because he's the boiled egg maker in the house too. I appreciate that. Okay? Yep. All right. So what can I tell you here? Excuse me. I can tell you that in my journey to change the look and feel and function and shape of my body, I did a workout yesterday and I hadn't done it in a while. My body is achy breaky, people. This is what age does to you. I used to be able to spring up from a chair. Back in my day, this is old people talk. We joke about this. OPT with my friends because we're of an age where Gen Xers, we're not old. But yet it's like we got to watch it because we start talking about OPT, old people talk, and we stop the old people talk. And it's like, wait, no. Let's wait until we're 80 to start talking like that, right? So just wanted to mention that. I have a lot of pictures on my shelves. How do you declutter memories? Notice the memories are in your head. You see the picture reminds you of, speaking of my friends, I'm looking at a picture taken in 1990 of when we were all at somebody's apartment. I'm looking at that. It reminds me of them, but it reminds me of them and they're in my heart. You don't need to declutter them, but you can save the memories. You can share it. How about this? Take a picture of some of those pictures and have them on your digital phone. So you can remember them all the time. Take a picture of the pictures. I've done this. This is why I say this. This is a picture of my friends from high school and some college friends. And I took a picture of that picture and I texted it to everybody. Oh my gosh, check us out. That's where we were 30 plus years ago. Share that picture, share the memory. And then you also have a digital version of it. Here's the interesting thing. We are all, notice I started the beginning of the TikTok live, and if you're just tuning in now, my name is Beth, Destination Decluttered. I am a decluttering life coach. I do TikTok lives. I have a mailing list you can get onto. I do one-on-one coaching, okay? But what I want to offer to you is that all of us are in a certain arc of history. Notice this. We are like that sandwich generation, right? That we have one foot. We remember what it was like pre-digital if you didn't have that piece of paper, there was no way you could have a copy of it. You needed to hang on to a lot of things. That is, paperwork, that's photographs. Then remember in the 70s and 80s and 90s where you could get duplicates and triplicates of pictures to share them? That was the way we shared things, and it was still a physical object-based society. Things are different now. Now we're kind of in a hybrid, right? Some things are still physical. Some things are more and more every day digital. Regardless of your feeling about that, that's the facts. Allow the evolution of our society to help you live a more free and less cluttered life. So notice the things that are physical now. Can you digitize them? Can you digitize them so you can more easily share them? Can you digitize them? Are they already digitized? A lot of the paperwork you probably get in the mail if you're not digital is a physical copy of something that already exists in a PDF form elsewhere. I will share this. I have a system that works for me, and I like to get my credit card statements in the mail. I like to look at them. I like to go through them with my little ruler and go, yep, 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 yep. I could do that online, and sometimes I do, like after an international trip, to make sure all my stuff is jived. But I have a habit that works for me, so I haven't changed it. It takes me a little bit of time. I know what to do with it. However, if I ever didn't get one of those or wanted it, I could log on to my credit card and download it, or even just look at it online. Okay, so there we go. All right. Ooh, Miracles of Money, soft boiled with a drop of Tapatio in the yolk. Num, num, num. Love it. Collage frames are a thing to do too, right? So just notice where we are. Notice where you are in your life. Age, kids, parents, whatever. You've got your own stuff by this point, right? Be cool with, just notice where you are. Say, what's working for me right now? Love that. Love the stuff that's working. Change the stuff that isn't. So that you right now are starting on that road trip towards your destination decluttered, aiming for a life that looks and feels and functions better than it does now. A home that looks and feels and functions the way you want it to. And sometimes that means looking at what worked for you back in the day and just making a decision saying, right now, do I fit in this? Right now, does this fit in my life? Do I have too many of certain things that I can whittle it down so I only have the best version of it? I'm a collector. I used to collect a lot more vintage stuff. There's a, you have your quality of collection. You can have a quantity, like maximalist, or you can have things that are a right amount of things that are just the right for you. It's like, what is it? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Too cold, too hot, just right. Too hard, too soft, just right. Now, I don't suggest you break into somebody else's house, but notice what feels right to you. Okay? Any ideas on shoe storage? Keep in boxes or a question mark? Okay, here's what I say. Keeping your shoes in the boxes is going to make it more difficult for you to easily know where those shoes are, grab them, put them on, and put them away. What's the simplest way you could grab the shoes, see them, know where they are, grab them, put them on, and then easily put them away? I have actually on one of these closets here, like one of those hanging things with pockets on them, that I do that. And the cool thing is about that is when it's full, I know I have too many shoes. So I have gone through and I notice the shoes I wear often, and I notice the ones that don't make the cut. And I have, more than ever now, I am becoming really aware of that. And one by one, not one by one, pair by pair. It would be awful if I donated a shoe and then another shoe, right? Pair by pair, I'm saying, you know what? Those are kind of comfortable, but I feel dorky wearing them. You know what? They're not actually as comfortable as I thought they were going to be. These are painful. These are, whatever. I am now doing the fine tuning of what I have, so I have just what I want, that I immediately say, I love those, I can wear and put them away. Okay? Just notice that. Yes, the Zoom monthly tonight is only available for subscribers, but the subscription is free, so what's stopping you? Go to destinationdecluttered.com/join. Send your mailing list. Give me your email address. You will immediately get an automatic welcome email that's going to get the Zoom link, and also a habit tracker is attached to it. What do you got to lose? I don't clutter up. Here's the funny thing. Talking about digital stuff and digital clutter, sorry, got sidetracked, saw something. Focus. I do not clutter up your mail list. That would be silly as a decluttering coach to keep on spamming with stuff. I only send you good stuff. I maybe send you 3 emails a month. Like, you'll get your welcome email. You'll get the notification for when, like, my calendar opens up when I'm doing consultations and getting clients, and also when the next Zoom is, so like the September Zoom. It's pretty much about it. But it's a good way to stay in touch, because if TikTok ever goes down, we could still be in touch. I could still help you even if we didn't have social media. Right now, we're relying on this third-party service. Email is a little bit more under control. All right. And thank you, German Maid. Thank you for letting her know about that. What time is the Zoom? The Zoom is at 8 p.m. Eastern time. You do you as far as doing the things. I have clients all over the country, and I'm always like, okay, so it's noon for me. What time is it for you? I should probably make a little, when I do this, it's so funny because I have a map of the U.S. right here that I have little smiley face, like little 70s. Where are they? They were the closest thing to the 70s stickers I could get. And I have those on all the places where my clients are, because it makes me smile when I think of how many people I'm helping. I really should probably like write a line down to know where the time zones are. That's a good idea I just had. I'm going to write it down. You have good ideas too. Write down your good ideas. Make them happen. I'm in a time zone. I'm in a time zone. Destruction. Speak about destruction. All right. We got 5 minutes, actually maybe 4, because I might have to. I hop right into coaching and consultations after this. I may need to use the small room. All right. What I want to offer to you, though, is Ms. Krentis, nice to see you. Kim, nice to see you. If you're just tuning in, I only got a few minutes left, but do not fear. Later today, I will download this TikTok Live, and it gets uploaded to the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. I do that because I had a great idea, or no, I didn't have the great idea. I have some great ideas, but not all. Somebody in the comments once on a very early TikTok Live said, hey, do you record these? I would love to watch it later. Now, that never occurred to me to rewatch something live later. That was just the way my brain worked. But that person said it would help them, so I said, okay, I can do that. And then many people have said, I got to stop using that phrase because it reminds me, a wicked lot of people have said to me that they benefit from watching the recorded TikTok Lives when I'm away, when I'm off the grid, when you need some inspiration, when you need some motivation, when you need a buddy, when you just need like a helpful, friendly voice, an encouraging voice with you when you're doing the decluttering, so you feel like you're not alone, okay? Also, if you happen to have ADHD, what do I want to say? Body doubling is a thing where having somebody in there in the room with you helps you, okay? So here's what I say is, however your brain works, find systems, I teach systems and processes and habits and tools and things. Find the things that work for you, that get you the results you want. And the results you want are your destination. What do you want your home to look like? Get specific. Write that stuff down. One of the tools you use is a notebook. Sit there today after I'm gone. Amber, yes, that's totally my New England accent coming up. Not from Maine, from Massachusetts. But what I will say is get a notebook, write these things down. What are the specifics of how does your home look and feel and function when it's that, you can picture it in your mind's eye. That's how you want to look at it. Because that's your destination on a road trip. That's like your North Star, that you're aiming for that. When you know what you're aiming for, it makes it easy to say no to the things that are not that, okay? There we go. I did the bins, but now what do I do with the stuff I kept? Anastasia, now it's time for you to say, where do I want to store this stuff? Finding a place to store it that makes sense to you. If you have things in bins right now, I would offer that, Alaska. I've never had anybody that I know of from Alaska. Jana G, nice to meet you. Yes, you need help. You're in good company. And so TikTok Live, mailing list, coaching, TikTok videos. I do all sorts of stuff. So just follow me, like my page. That'll be great. And Anastasia, get curious about the storage that you currently do have, the drawers you have, the doors, what's behind doors and drawers. So closets, cabinets, drawers. Get curious about what's in there already and say, do you need those things? Do you want all those things? Because at a certain place, it becomes a math problem, okay? It becomes a math problem between the storage you have and the stuff you want. You got to align that stuff, okay? I have to go. I'm hopping onto a call right at 10. Thank you so much for showing up. I do a TikTok Live tomorrow. You'll be notified of it if you follow my page. Destination Decluttered. Drive yourself in the direction of your dreams, okay? And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.